Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. So today we're going to be talking about Advanced Warfare 2 and what mistakes that Sledgehammer needs to fix in this game in order to not make the same mistakes that Advanced Warfare did. Now, Advanced Warfare 2 is in development as we speak, so if we want change, we have to say something now. We're going to focus on gameplay mechanics for the first part of this video, and then don't worry, I have an entire section on supply drops, so we're going to get into that as well. But first, we're just going to focus on the straight gameplay mechanics, so let's go and get into this now. Advanced Warfare was the very first game in the franchise to feature a different movement system that wasn't the classic boots on the ground, right? We could slide, we could double jump, we could do all sorts of new stuff. We had this cool exosuit to play around with, which was kind of novelty at first. You know, it was new, it was something cool. But with this new movement system also came some very big problems, such as spawns and laning and map control, positioning, and all that sort of stuff. You guys will recall to AW2 Estate, if you guys ever played that map, how people held down that house, and that was the power position of that house. You had to make like a frontal assault. You had to walk through. You had to run all the way up to that house if you wanted to take it over. But if that map was thrown into Advanced Warfare, you could just fly up there, right? You could just boost up there. And it wouldn't be really a thing that you could defend. It wouldn't be a thing you could hold down because anybody can get there at any time. It kind of defeated the whole point of a power position anyways, like a spot that you can hold down, because anybody can get in there and you can get out at any time. So it didn't really matter if you were holding something down, because it was always in danger that somebody was going to come in from some random angle and you couldn't really defend it too well. That's just how the gameplay worked out. Now, there's also an issue with laning. Now, there's usually typically 3 lanes in Call of Duty maps, you guys know that. And in Advanced Warfare, there were so many ins and outs to different lanes that you didn't have to commit to a lane at any time. You could be in the middle lane and switch to the left or right in the blink of an eye. And that also affected the spawns. It made the spawns very, very random. You get shot in the back a lot. And that in turn made a lot of free and easy kills from newer players. So I think Advanced Warfare would be smart to emulate a better map system. They need to make the maps well designed better to complement whatever movement system they might have in there. They might change it up a little bit. I suggest they do, because not a lot of people liked it. It was very, very uncontrolled and just kind of violent. I don't know, for lack of a better word, it was just kind of violent. Black Ops 3's movement, I think, is very, very good. I didn't like it at first. I didn't like the advanced movement. I didn't like the whole boost jumping thing, but I've got used to it, and I actually appreciate it a lot more that I've seen Advanced Warfare's movement system again. So I hope they do tweak it a little bit and tweak the maps a little bit, tweak the spawns and everything like that, just to make it a little bit more fluid game. So once Sledgehammer has been able to solve all these core gameplay mechanic problems, now we can get to the more underlying problems of the game, such as the TTK. Now, this is going to be the part where some of you guys disagree with me, and it's going to be a little bit controversial now. I think that Call of Duty should have a higher TTK. It should have a higher time to kill, because I think, maybe I'm a little bit biased because I grew up playing Halo, but I think that it does increase the skill gap when there's a higher time to kill. It does take a lot more gun skill because you got to stare and target longer and that sort of stuff, but everybody likes Ghost because you could melt so fast and the health seemed so low and the kills were extremely melty, and everybody liked that. But that resulted in a lot of cheap kills that didn't actually require that much gun skill. Now, once they have solved that, once they have a little bit higher TTK, I'll be a happy man. And also, another issue they need to fix is the kill streaks. Now, CoD will suffer with bad kill streaks. Just look at Ghost. Ghost probably had the worst kill streaks in CoD history. Probably MW3 was the second worst. But when a Call of Duty has bad kill streaks, the game suffers. Now, Advanced Warfare's kill streaks were okay. I'm not going to say they were just god-awful. Like, they were alright. They were definitely better than Ghost. Not as good as Black Ops 2. About on par with MW3, maybe a tad better. I'm not really sure about that. You guys can really vote on that. It's kind of subjective, but I think that Call of Duty, for that to be successful, needs to have a good basis of kill streaks. Now, the Black Ops games have been amazing with kill streaks. They always have high, fun, rewarding kill streaks that are always so pleasing to get. In competitive Advanced Warfare, the pros didn't even use kill streaks, because if you didn't run kill streaks, you had more slots for your class. You could put on extra guns or perks or whatever. So the pros didn't even use it, and it kind of ended up being bland and didn't have much variety from match to match. So I think that they need to fix that issue. You need to be able to put on kill streaks without it affecting your class setup. So I think that needs to be fixed. Also, another thing that needs to be fixed, not really fixed but added into the game, is a version of the Black Ops 3 specialists. Maybe not like a direct copy and paste. They need to come up with their own stuff. But the specialists in Black Ops are amazing. I actually thought I was going to hate them. I thought that was going to be the killer. I thought that was going to be the Achilles heel of the game. And it actually ended up being one of the biggest savers of the game. The specialists are really fun. And I honestly, it is Destiny Supers. Like, that's basically what it is. But it's so fun. It fits well in the game. They made it balanced and they made it fun to use. It adds a little bit of variety and spice to the game, which I do appreciate. And I think Advanced Warfare 2 would be smart to put their own sort of, unique, different specialists in the game. They don't need a direct copy and paste, like I said, from Treyarch. They need to come up with their own unique weapons and abilities that fit into the game. So I think that would do them really well to do that. Now we got to fix 2 more issues with the game, 2 more really gameplay mechanic issues. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. Is the weapon balancing. In Advanced Warfare, you guys know the Bal and ASMon were the most overpowered guns in the game. If they were able to fix that issue, if they were better with weapon tuning and balancing everything like that, Treyarch is the best hands down about doing that sort of stuff. They were always making tweaks to the guns, making them as balanced as possible, and if Sledgehammer is a little bit more like that, then that would do them very, very well. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about in terms of the gameplay mechanics is the netcode. So Call of Duty's had a broken netcode. I can make an entire episode about this, but the Call of Duty's broken netcode needs to be fixed. Now, it was supposed to be fixed in Black Ops 3, but that has not been. We've done, engine testing and all that sort of stuff, and it has not been fixed yet. Hopefully, if we do get a new engine for Call of Duty, which is rumored to happen, maybe they can fix that netcode issue. Like I said, I might make a whole commentary about that just netcode issue, but that is a big problem for the game. Accommodates to the lag and everything like that. So if they are able to fix that netcode issue, CoD could be great again. I'm sure of that. So now we've gone through the core gameplay mechanic issues of Advanced Warfare, and now we can talk about the supply drops. The supply drop system in Advanced Warfare 2 definitely does need to be changed, and I think I have the end-all be-all system to this. Now, just hear me out here. I think that supply drops need to be on a sort of universal COD point system. I think that Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare 2, and all the other future CODs need to have a system that's universal, that goes game to game. So I'm just going to call them COD points for this example. They could be called something else, but basically, the reason why I don't spend money on COD points and supply drops and all this kind of stuff is because I'm only going to be playing the game for around a year, and then that stuff is going to be irrelevant, and I'm going to move on to the next game. Now, if they implemented a system in which you can buy universal points and spend them game to game, then I would actually spend money on this, because you're actually able to use the full longevity of your money. You're able to get your money's worth for that thing. You don't just get to use it for a couple months and then it becomes irrelevant. You can actually take it game to game and be able to spend different points on different Call of Duty games. So I think that would really highly incentivize people spending more money. If they get, say somebody wants the STG-44 in Black Ops 3, but they also want this new gun in Advanced Warfare 2, they can go and spend money and try for both on both games. It would be this whole universal COD point system. That would make a lot of sense. Now, another thing I hope they would implement is a trading system similar to CSGO. If everybody wanted a trading system in Advanced Warfare, but the problem with that was that all the older kids would for sure jupe out the little kids out of their guns. They would win every time in a sort of betting or trading system. But if that was implemented in a non-abusive way, I think that would really benefit the game very, very much. So I think this is my list of what needs to be fixed in Advanced Warfare. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys agree with me, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.